Good afternoon and welcome to the United Hour. We live in very interesting and challenging times. We have a lot to discuss on the program today. Myself and the provocateur Robert Wallace in the house. We're going to be discussing Anthony Elanga. Has he finally cemented his place in Manchester United starting 11? And if so, who has he kicked out? We're also going to be discussing what went wrong yesterday. Why did Manchester United look so unbelievably badly, so unbelievably poor? We're going to be talking about that. And also, of course, the BooBoo and Top Shutta of the week. We always end the program with that. However, we're going to start talking about the war in Europe and what effects that is happening on football. For those who don't know, and you have to be under a rock if you don't know, Vladimir Putin and Russia has invaded Ukraine in the wee hours of this morning, and that invasion continues to go on. So the first thing we have had is the UEFA announcing that they're going to have a meeting on Friday, and on that meeting, they are going to be discussing the removal of the Champions League final from St. Petersburg, which is in Russia, a city in Russia, a very popular city, very famous city, and they're going to be removing the Champions League final from Russia and placing it somewhere else. And so far, they're talking about moving it to London. Robert, I mean, London not too far. You know, you could jump on a plane, especially you being a dual citizen. You're going to London to take in the Champions League final, especially if United in it.
Well, I don't know. It depends. It depends on if they will allow me to go and allow me to come back.
Remember the drop all COVID restrictions. You're not worried about that.
Yeah, I know. But sometimes I know that I just say certain things and get my vexed now. You understand? So
you might piss the wrong people off, and they might say, "Nah, we don't want you here. You stay in Trinidad." All right, cool. I hear that. So we have that situation where UEFA is they're looking at either the Wembley Stadium or they're looking at Spurs' new stadium, as well as they could possibly be looking at West Ham Stadium. And when I saw that, I thought to myself, I said, wait, boy, they talk about neutral territory because none of those places involved in Champions League. So if they go to Spurs or they go to West Ham, that's real neutral territory as far as Champions League goes. But what else is happening? So they have shut down the Ukrainian league for about 30 days. I don't know why. I don't expect the Ukrainian league to start up anytime soon with what is going on right now on the ground, as well as both Ukraine and Russia were supposed to participate in World Cup qualifiers. And you have in a group with Sweden, Poland, and Czechoslovakia. And all of those countries have made it clear they are not going to Russia to play any World Cup qualifiers, right, in their final knockout group. Only one of them can qualify. And they said they're not going to Russia to play no football. We're going to see how FIFA and how UEFA respond. But I expect Russia would probably be banned from all international competitions anyway. So those countries would have to play amongst themselves and to see who gets in to the World Cup at the end of this year. So it's very serious and it's having very serious effects. England might benefit because, and one of the reasons I think they're going to go with England as well is, it's just off of the continent. I mean, yes, Ukraine is close to Russia, but the bottom line is you don't really want to you don't want it anywhere in Europe. So they decide, let's put it in England. That's safe. That is over the sea. We don't expect much drama there. So that's what's going on there. United has closed the deal earlier with the Russian airline. Well, we also have sponsorship being affected. There's a team, I believe it's Shaka, that is sponsored by Russian national gas company Gazprom, and they have made it clear that they're going to be taking off their their logo off of the chest of their team.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot of people trying to show solidarity with Ukraine and anti-war and anti-Russian sentiment. So,
Mm-hmm.
our prayers go out to the people of Ukraine. For those of you who are early into the video, the UEFA is going to be moving the Champions League final from St. Petersburg in Russia, and they're going to announce on Friday after their meeting exactly where. Right now they are looking at possibly locations in London. So that is the first topic. And let's jump straight into what went wrong with Manchester United yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
You watch the game, Robert. In
Mm.
your opinion, before I get to your opinion, let's talk. Let's read a little bit of what Ralph said. Ralph said this. He said, "I still can't believe what we did in the first half. We played without conviction. We played without the necessary aggression, and that's why we were struggling in the first half." Do you agree with Ralph, Robert? No conviction, not without the necessary aggression.
Yeah. I do because I it was very very poor. It seemed as though the guys did not understand where they were. Like I don't know why guys were surprised. We went to play Atletico Madrid. This is a team that are known to fight for every ball, for every blade of grass. They fight and they fight and they fight dirty. And it's like the guys did not understand like why were they playing so dirty? Like why were they playing so rough? Like why were they so aggressive? But this has been Simeone's team for the past 10 years now. So I don't know why guys are not surprised that he comes out to play the same way. Um, it was just poor, like I don't know if we thought that we were playing Burnley or Wolves or like it's like we do not understand. We are in the Champions League, right? This is the Champions League, and it's like no, it very much reminded me of us in the Europa League final last year, where we didn't understand where we were, and we didn't raise our level to meet where we were. But they, however, they knew where they were, you know, and to me, the guys just came out with no kind of conviction, no kind of drive. It was just very, very poor. And the fact that they scored early, it didn't surprise me. The fact that we should have been 3-4 nil down. We should have been. And it is we are very fortunate to come away from there with a draw. We are very, very
I mean,
fortunate.
what you're saying is true. All we need to do is win at Old Trafford, and we on to the next round.
Yeah,
You
but
know what I mean?
it's the
And
win.
that is shouldn't be something that we should consider beyond our team to do.
Hmm.
Yesterday, Pogba and Bruno just looked abysmal. Our two main creators. Now, mind you, Bruno Fernandez is the leading assist person with the most assists in Champions League at this up to this point. Right up to this point, he has the most assists, and that's cool. But yesterday he looked horrible. Moranbeg is saying it's easier said than done in terms
Hmm.
of winning at Old Trafford. And I agree. I'm not saying it's going after, especially after game one. In no way do we expect Atletico to be a walkover. But I think we should back ourselves to be able to beat Atletico Madrid. You
Hmm.
know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, a man is asking what game did you watch?
The same
Uh,
game.
saying that we should have been 3 or 4 down.
Well,
I,
they hit the post twice. I
well,
mean,
yeah, they did.
Griezmann on the next day, that would have been a goal, because if you saw the chance from Griezmann where he hit the bar, you know,
I
I
mean,
saw
I
it and I
understand
was
where he's
like,
coming
oh,
from the
mm,
standpoint that they didn't have much good chances.
No, no,
But
no, no.
but the bottom line is they did hit the post twice. So
Mm-hmm.
we could have
Yeah.
easily we could
Mm-hmm.
have easily conceded those 3 goals. But for me, the team looked yesterday like they were shell shocked.
Yeah.
Like they weren't expecting, as you correctly said, they weren't expecting the aggression. But more than that, it's like when the Champions League music went on,
Yeah.
like they were in awe. Not
Mm-hmm.
just Atletico shocked them, but
Mm-hmm.
it was almost like if they were in awe of the moment, like, hey boy,
Right.
we're in a Champions League knockout
Oh.
stage.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
wow. They were getting on like days in our headlights.
We played like a team that have not been in Champions League for like ever. It was like,
Yeah, like it
like
was it
that
was a new
team.
experience.
Yeah. And it it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be. You know.
I wanna read another statement that Ralph said yesterday, and I think it's very, very important to our. And one of the things I like about Ralph is just so real. You know what I mean? Ralph is just so
Mm-hmm.
real, and no doubt James Money sure was poor, and a lot of other people. I think James getting a little shout out here. A lot of other people were poor as well yesterday. And Ralph said we were too apprehensive with the ball in the first half. We didn't take any risk when we were in possession of the ball. We just played in our own half without any deep runs, without physicality. And it is
Mm-hmm.
difficult against a team like Atletico conceding an early goal. It was difficult to prevent. I must say it was a brilliant cross, straight to the near post, difficult to defend against. But again, we have to be more aggressive and we have to play with more conviction on the ball. We need to do what we did in the last couple of weeks, and also against a team like Atletico, we need to have more deep runs. The way that we scored the goal was exactly that: a deep run from Anthony Elanga, a fantastic pass. We won the ball in the center of the pitch, and this is how we have to play against them. I only see two benefits to our performance yesterday, right? Two benefits. One, you played a team and like you go in the ring and you spar with somebody, and now
Mm-hmm.
you know what it is you're up against.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Ralph is going to watch footage, and Atletico is Atletico. They're going to come and try to do the same thing. They're not going to come and play with one less defender, play a back
No.
four, and push on an
Mm-hmm.
additional attacker. They're not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to come and play the exact same way in Old
Yeah.
Trafford.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you spar with somebody and you know what they're coming with. That's one
And
benefit. And
mm-hmm.
the other benefit, I hope, is that people like Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes, who is easy to just say those guys had a bad game. But if you really look at the game again, those guys were hounded off of the ball. As
Right.
soon as Bruno Fernandes or Paul Pogba got the ball, Atletico rushed them because
Right.
they understood these are the two creators for Manchester United. We leave these guys on the ball, Rashford, Ronaldo, Sancho, these guys going to make runs, these guys going to find them with long passes, and we're going to be in pain. So part of the reason that they had a bad game was because they were targeted,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I expect next time around, Paul Pogba not to dilly daddle on the ball.
No, he
As
will.
soon as he gets the ball, he just
No,
needs
but
to keep the
he
ball
can't.
moving.
But he can't help it. That is what he will do. He can't help it.
No, but we've
But
seen Paul Pogba play fast, man. You can't say
mm,
he can't, but like he
no,
don't
but you
know how
see,
to play fast. He knows how to.
again, my thing again is game management. I can't understand how these guys didn't know what they were getting into. It's like you had men on the field like Ronaldo and Varane who have played Atletico Madrid
Yeah, but
on numerous
Varane in the first
occasions.
half didn't look good either. He seemed
No,
out of sorts as well.
right. But what I'm saying is that these guys have had experience with this team. And so no one in that team ask these guys um for any kind of advice or any kind of information. Like no one asked questions. Like no one went and looked
Yeah, but
at
let's be real.
teams.
The only person who from that team should not know what Champions League football is was Anthony Elanga,
Right, and he scored.
because everybody there played
Mm-hmm.
either with Manchester United or other teams, played in the
Mm-hmm.
Champions League.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So nobody should be needing to ask Varane or Ronaldo anything.
No.
The bottom line is we just were not psychologically prepared. And the one person who should be the least psychologically prepared, Anthony Elanga, he came out and
Mm-hmm.
he was, he was nervous. He didn't show any nerves. He was just doing his thing from moment one. On
Mm-hmm.
that note, I want to talk about Anthony Elanga a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think last program I asked the question, you know, has Anthony Elanga arrived? And the consensus was, hey, it's a decent performance. He doing well. He's scoring goals. Let's not roll out the red carpet and have a parade,
Mm-hmm.
right? Let's not overreact. And I could understand that after one, two, or three good performances, but at this stage, doing it
Right.
on the highest level, it reaches the point where you start to look at Anthony Elanga, and then you're performing and balling at the highest level, right? He scored 2 goals in our last 2 games. And then you look at Marcus Rashford, for example, that seems to be misfiring. And
Mm-hmm.
you have to ask yourself, is Anthony Elanga one of the top 11 players at Manchester United right now? We're not talking about, we're not forgetting and we're not rubbishing all that Rashford has done for us in the past
Mm-hmm.
or other people. We're talking about right now, on present form, is Anthony Elanga one of Manchester United top players? What say you?
Well,
Well, not just top players, but best 11. Meaning, if you're picking an 11 to start,
well,
does Anthony Elanga make your 11 right now?
well. He has to. He has to because the guy has been performing at a very high level for his age, but the but comes where the guy who you supposed to be behind is not performing. In Rashford, he's not performing. The team, like a lot of players on the team, are not performing. So Ilanga looks very um competent. He looks very skillful, and in fact, that he is scoring goals, which is very very similar to when Rashford came on the scene and did almost the same thing. He came on the scene and he just was scoring goals for fun. What we need to do is just relax, calm down, stop talking about Ilanga as being the next big thing because he's not. Chill out. I remember a year ago,
Yeah, but are you
we
are
were
you sure
all
Elanga
talking
is not
about
the
we
next
were
big thing?
last year. Matter of fact, even this year, we were talking about he who should not be named being the next big thing. And now he who should not be named, right, is in jail. Right? We need to calm down. We don't know what skeletons this boy has in his closet. Calm
That is your concern.
down. Calm
Elanga
down.
seems like a model citizen. That is your concern.
Ah,
Skeletons in his closet.
again. The man who should not be named seemed like a model guy because he was on Instagram, he was everywhere. We were saying, yes, he's next big thing, number 11. Give him the number 9 jersey. Where is he now? He has been erased from our history books.
Ah,
I'm just saying,
I hear you.
people,
I hear you in
relax.
terms of
Because for all
giving
you know,
giving Elanga time.
Ilanga could be a very strange guy. He could have dolls in his house. You understand? You don't know. You don't know what he's doing.
I hear you
You
on giving
don't
Elanga
know.
time, but at the same time, for me,
Mm-hmm.
If I had to pick a starting 11 right now for Manchester United, Elanga have to be in it.
No,
And on
well,
present form, Rashford is going to be on the bench for me.
yeah,
My front three is going to be Elanga,
because
Cristiano Ronaldo, and
mhm,
Jadon Sancho, because Jadon
because
Sancho has also been looking good.
yeah, because thing is that Ilanga has when he did start, he began very well, and coming off the bench, he has
And he looked
performed
good
very
coming off
well.
the bench. He
Right,
looking good
so
both ways.
both ways. So to me, I have no problem having him. But I would even say for the next game, well, sorry, for the next leg, we should still start Rashford. Still, depending on how Ilanga is at that time, start Rashford. And when Rashford is burnt out, you bring on Ilanga. Because you saw in this first game, they didn't know what to do with him. They didn't know. They didn't know.
You know,
They, you know,
both Brian Big and Mark Lewis are saying in the comments the same way. You know, Brian is like, no, I don't think he's at that level yet. And I think he means he don't think he's at the level to say, well, yes, he should be considered one of the top 11 players. Mark Lewis is saying, you know, a lot of our players are misfiring and Ilanga just happens to be in form. So
right?
let's
So,
not get carried away. I mean, we all
right,
remember the likes of Makeda, for example, right?
yeah,
Coming on, ripping it up. And where is he now?
mm-hmm.
I have no idea.
Nowhere,
Right?
nowhere,
No,
right?
I don't get me wrong. I appreciate that. I am not saying Ilanga is the second coming of Greenwood or Rashford. I
Mm.
am not saying that.
Do not say his name. Do not say
All
his
I'm
name.
saying
Do not
is
say
that
the man
right
name.
now, on present form, Ilanga is in my starting 11 for Manchester
Mm-hmm.
United. That's what I'm saying. Right?
Okay,
I'm not saying he's gonna. We talking present form. ATM at
right.
this
Moment,
moment,
right. Well, first thing
he is
first,
in my starting 11.
do not ever say my name again. It is against the law. Okay, it is against the law to say
Yeah,
his
right.
name.
True. He's been
Right,
cancelled officially,
right.
so
So you
he who
cannot.
shall not be named.
Right, right, exactly. But I think I wish that the team was firing and Ilanga was shining to really see where he really ranks. Because it's very easy for him to shine now because
Yeah,
like the
it's easy to
team,
look good when everybody
right?
else looks poorly.
But the reason why we were happy with Makeda at the time is because the team itself was playing at a high level. And then he
Yeah,
came on and seemed like he was at a level. He did it. He did it. So I would have liked to have seen Ilanga, being at least
because during
tried in that same way.
the beginning of the season when Elanga got some starts, you would
Mhm.
remember that Sancho really wasn't looking too hot.
No, 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 no.
So every time Elanga come on and look good, it have
Mhm.
some important player who
Yeah.
not really looking good as well. Somebody missing.
Mhm.
Sancho wasn't looking good, and Paul Pogba didn't come back from injury as yet.
No, no.
So and let's be real. We have to just be thankful that we have somebody, because a lot of people were like, "Hey, come on, yeah, Jesse there,"
Mhm.
But the times we've seen Jesse, this Jesse is not the Jesse that came back from West Ham.
No, no.
Jesse is misfired
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
Mhm.
Now, when I
Mhm.
say that, he's not playing horribly, but he's
Mhm.
not changing games for us either. So we have to
Mhm.
just be thankful that we have a player that we could look to change games, and a 19-year-old at that. You know what
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean? So
Mhm. Mhm.
we don't want to turn him into a hero, or lift him up too high in the air. And I agree, I could understand Mark and I could understand Brian with their comments where that is concerned. But at the same time, we just have to say, yeah, boy, that at least when other people not firing. And I want to say this: Ralph Ragnick made a statement. This is long before he came to Manchester United. So I don't want people to take this to say, well, he said this recently. But Ralph Ragnick made a statement in the past saying that one of the ways to propel your club is to bring young, hungry players into the team.
Mhm.
And I hope, whether Ralph remains as permanent manager or whether he goes upstairs, that Manchester United pivots away from this looking to bring the likes of the Falcaos and the
Yeah.
Ronaldos and the Di Marias, the most expensive big name players out there. I hope we move away from that and we come into Ralph's philosophy, where I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying we shouldn't go and buy the best in certain positions, but you can't just do that. You need to promote youth and you could also
Mm.
buy young players. Look at this player. I can't remember his name. I mean, partly because I don't care, but this new player that Liverpool has bought. Liverpool bring in
Mm-hmm.
the guy every game.
Oh,
The guy start,
Diaz. Yeah.
the guy
Mm-hmm.
score. He
Mm-hmm.
is hungry, not
Mm-hmm.
just because of his age, but he's hungry because he's playing. He's never played at a big club like Liverpool. He's
Yeah.
out there trying to put his name in the
Mm-hmm.
up there with the likes of Salah and Mane. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? He's
Mm-hmm.
trying to show, hey, I could compete on this higher level. If
Mm-hmm.
Manchester United needs to go after those players who they're not up
Yeah.
there where the air is rare, but they're
No.
right under here.
That
If
that
you
that
give them a
yeah.
chance, they can become.
That is why, as much as we all rate Rice, I am fearful that Rice is just one of those guys who will come to our club and just coast. Whereas if we buy someone like Kessie um or one of these guys, they will come here with that hunger to want to come and prove themselves. They want to come here and and fight for their position, and we can't afford to buy any more coasters. We can't,
Hmm.
because we have enough baggage in this team. We have enough players who just coasting on their name and their reputation, and we need more players like Elanga who have that hunger to want to push forward.
And you see it. He does his offensive work. He
Mm-hmm.
does his defensive work. You could tell
Mm-hmm.
whatever the manager tells him to do, he is running out there and he is doing it with
Yeah.
everything that he has. He is putting 110 because it's like this is a dream, and we need to go to play.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when Bruno Fernandes came. I mean, Bruno Fernandes was 19. Bruno Fernandes was what, like 24, 26 when he came to us?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or somewhere there, right? But
Yeah.
he played with a hunger, he played with a desire, and he still
Mm-hmm.
plays that way, right? But
Mm-hmm.
the truth is, a lot of players who have done it all already, you know, Manchester United is more of a PD and an
Yeah.
idea, the ideal place for them to show how good they are than a place for them to prove themselves. And we
Yeah.
need to get players who still have something to prove to themselves
Mm-hmm.
and to the world of football. And
Yeah.
I think if we get more players like that, not only is it going to be cheaper because they're not
Mm-hmm.
already established, but they're
Mm-hmm.
also going to give the club more. A
Yeah.
simple thing like effort. There have been times
Mm-hmm.
when men getting rated up because, yeah, well, at least he does give effort. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's supposed to be a minimum requirement at Manchester United.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody's supposed
Yeah.
to give effort.
Yeah.
But
You're
as you
supposed to.
say, in recent times, we've seen some players coasting and we just be kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
so all of a sudden, effort becomes something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All of
that
a
man
sudden.
does real, does
Mm-hmm.
play
Mm-hmm.
for the badge. Supposed to
Mm-hmm.
play for the
Mm-hmm.
badge all the time. But when we're
But
not doing
you
it,
don't. Mm-hmm.
suddenly it becomes something, that is a
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. It's not a
And
point.
so when you have young, hungry players, they going out there and play for that badge every
Yeah.
single
That is
game. Them
that. That
fellas
is
running.
why. Yeah. That is why I'm quietly optimistic about James Garner coming back. Now,
Yeah,
I am kind of
me
on the
as well.
fence. Do I mean, I don't want him to come back and then he falls into the whole lull of these guys who are here already. But I know if he does come, I know he will come back and he will have that hunger to really push forward now. You know, he will have it. But I hope that is not that he comes back and then they put him on the bench and then we are back
Well,
to
I
square one.
mean, Ghana is impressing. And
Hmm.
the one thing we know about Ralph and the one thing we know about Ten Hag is that, I mean, we don't know if it's going to be Ten Hag, but the one thing we know about those two guys is they will
Hmm.
give youth a chance,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
They will give youth a chance. And I look forward to seeing some of the guys who are out on loan doing well coming
Hmm.
back and continuing to do well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hmm.
So I want to shift gears a little bit and moving away from Elanga, let's talk a little bit about Manchester United upcoming games in March.
Hmm.
Because the term March Madness is a term usually associated to college football, American university level college football, because that is when they have their version of the playoffs. And they don't really have playoffs like we know with the NBA, where you play the same team 5 times or 7 times, right? You play a number of teams and every game is a knockout game. So you start
Mm-hmm.
off with like 32 teams. And in 2 weeks, it boiled down to
Mm-hmm.
a final with 2 teams. Hence the
Mm-hmm.
reason they use it to March Madness, because it almost come like madness, right?
Yeah.
But when
Mm-hmm.
you look at Manchester United's games, scheduled
Mm-hmm.
games in March, I think using
Mm-hmm.
the term March Madness is very appropriate, because the last game we play this month, which is on Saturday at 11, is Watford at home, right?
Yep.
Now we have unfinished business with Watford. Watford embarrassed us 4-2 under Ole
Yep.
Gunnar Solskjaer, right? Which I think
Mm-hmm.
was the last nail in his coffin. So we have
Mm-hmm.
unfinished business with Watford. But we also need to win that game, because even though Spurs lost to Burnley,
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal came and won their game in extra time
Yeah.
today against Wolves. And
Mm-hmm.
we know that both Spurs and Arsenal have games in hand on us. So we need them to
Yeah.
drop some points
Mm-hmm.
regardless. And I'm going to read out now the rest of teams that Manchester United plays in March. On Sunday, the 6th of March, we play Manchester City
Yep.
away,
Lex.
right? That's our midday game,
Right.
12:30. On
Right.
Saturday, the 12th, we play Spurs at home. Now,
Yep.
we might see Spurs lose against Burnley, and we'll be like,
No.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
there's no worries.
No.
Spurs is one of those teams, it's
That
all
will
a
show up.
matter of which version of Spurs we
Shows
get.
up. Mm-hmm.
Because if we get the version of Spurs that beats City, we'll have
Mm-hmm.
problems. If we get
Mm-hmm.
the version of Spurs that play Burnley, yeah, we just get them with
Now,
5.
now, if you had watched the game, you would see that Spurs were unlucky to lose because Spurs did
No,
have
Spurs
a lot
dominate
of good.
Burnley, but at the end of the
Right?
day, they didn't put them away.
No, they didn't. And I'm just saying, against our defense, with our beautiful, beautiful captain named Harry Maguire, come on, man, that is called free food. It's called free lunch.
No, no, no. I'm
I'm
not saying
sorry.
I
If
agree with you.
Harry,
I
if
don't
Harry
have
cannot,
I don't
Harry
have a
can't
good to that
even
point.
mark Jao Felix, who is like 5'2", right? You expect Harry Maguire to mark Harry Kane? Come on, man.
Fair enough.
Come
Fair
on.
enough. So after
Come
we
on.
play Spurs on the 12th,
Mm-hmm.
on Tuesday the 15th, we have the return leg against Atletico
Mm-hmm.
Madrid, which
Mm-hmm.
based on the first game, we know is going to be a war.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
going to
Mm-hmm.
be a battle. And then
Yeah.
we end off March. We end off
Mm-hmm.
March playing Liverpool
Yep.
at Anfield, another
Yep.
midday game, right?
Yep.
12:30 in terms of um Trinidad time.
Yep.
So we have a crazy schedule. Manchester City, Spurs, Atletico Madrid, and Liverpool, all in the space of 1 month. And those are 3 league games that we need to get something from those games. Because when you look at the people at Arsenal playing in March, when you look at the people that Spurs playing in March outside of us, we need to get something from those games, or at the end of March, we could be kissing top 4 goodbye. So talk to me. When you see that schedule, yes, the team has been improving under Ralph. Do you think the team has improved enough for us to get out of March, one, qualified for the next level of the Champions League, the next
Mm-hmm.
the next next knockout stage, and
Yeah.
two, still in the still in the fight for top 4?
I would I would tell men right now, get out your X-Lax and your bitters. You understand?
Ah,
Fellas, put on the Pampers. Though, let me tell you something, man. It'll be sticky. It'll be sticky. I'm just saying, right? The we now, to be fair, right? To the neutral March for us will be wonderful. Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans, your father being the one City fan, right? They will love that month, right? They will love it, right? Barca fans, because they all hate us, because they all want us to lose every game in our month. I honestly believe from those 1, 2, 3, 4 games, right?
I like Mark's comments. You see Mark's going and be a tough man. Can't watch them
No,
games with a sober head.
you're damn right. I believe, right? This is what I believe. We are gonna meet City and we're
You
gonna
think we
draw.
could beat City? Go ahead.
No, no, we're gonna draw.
All right, but
Right?
one point
We're gonna
of the
draw.
champions I taken that.
We're gonna draw. Right? We're gonna meet Spurs
We
and
beat Spurs,
Spurs
right?
and we will beat Spurs. It won't be pretty, but we will win. It'll be real scrappy. We will need Fred to come out and play his ultimate game. We will need Scott to evolve into the monster that he was against
I
Leeds.
line to tell you,
We
I
need
really think
the
we
Scott
miss the
for a
likes of
fight.
Scott McTominay
Yes,
yesterday.
because I loved that game against Leeds. Scott was fighting, man. I want to see a game where we fight, man. When was the last time you saw a game where men came to blows? I want to fight.
No, but watch me. It had
You know,
real blood, you know.
right?
Blood was pouring, you know.
There's something,
That
man.
Leeds
That
game.
Spurs
And
game.
and 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 I wouldn't like to hear, Robert. That is one of the
Mhm.
things that puzzle in my mind.
Yeah.
After coming out of that war
Mm,
with Leeds, I would think that
mm.
would have been the perfect preparation
Right.
for
Fuck.
Atletico yesterday.
No, but it didn't.
But
No,
we played like if we didn't know what being aggressive was
no,
in the
no,
first
no,
half anyway. But anyway,
no, no. Right.
enough about that.
And then, right?
So you say
No,
if you're
and
gonna beat Spurs and what
yes,
going on
and
with
we
Atletico?
we will we will draw 1-1 and to go to
Nah. Say
penalties.
we're going on win it
No,
in
no, no, no,
extra
no.
time.
It
If
will
Manchester
go. It
United
will
go into our
go
next
to
penalty shootout,
penalties.
I am going to
No,
jump out the
no.
window, Robert.
Hear me out. Penalties, fellas. Keep yeah, get your X-lax from early. If you can't deal the pressure, leave now. Right? Leave now. I tell you,
You know,
1-1. No, I'm done
you're
yet.
telling me that.
1-1.
I didn't know I told
1-1.
somebody that well,
Mm-mm.
semi-jokingly yesterday.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
told them, I say, watch me. Manchester United like to do things the hard way so much.
Yes.
We will
Every
probably
game,
go up in that
dog.
game,
Every
draw the
game.
game in regular
Mhm.
time, and then go to
Yes.
penalties.
Penalties. Yeah, I'm telling you, this whole
But
month,
all I
all
need,
men will be going mad. I tell you, fellas, get out your pills. Fellas who like me, I have hypertension. I had to get my pills from now. You
well,
understand? If
you and I have been friends a long time. All I had
mm-hmm.
to tell you
Yeah.
is if you see it reach penalties, just call the ambulance and send them my way because I am jumping out the window. And my window only 10 feet away from the floor. So I'm only going to
Go.
get hurt. You understand?
Yeah,
I ain't going
you
to die.
understand? No,
So
it's gonna be
because
bad.
I don't know,
But I tell
I
you
don't
right
know what
now,
I would do watching
I
Manchester
tell,
United in
I
our
tell you
next
right
penalty
now,
shootout, right?
when Greg B, clip this up right now. When Greg B do the breakdown for that game, he'll be crying, he'll be upset, he'll be bucket of sweat on his face, but he'll be happy. You know why? The last penalty will be Ronaldo, and he will score. And then the last one for them will be probably Luis Suarez, and you know who will save it? The here last kick of the game. It's gonna happen. It'll be drama. It'll be
Le-
hard.
le-
It'll be
le-
pain and
I would
suffering. Men
let me
will
just say
die
this right
before.
now. If that
Yeah,
is how the game ends up, we are going to start the breakdown playing this clip.
right. I'm
If the
telling
game
you.
once the
I'm
game goes to
telling
penalties,
you.
we're
I'm
gonna be
telling
playing this
you.
clip to
Clip
start
this
our game.
up.
To start
Penalty
our show.
shootout.
And
And then Liverpool,
Liverpool at
unfortunately,
Anfield.
will be licks. Because by that time we did, by that time we are done. We have been through 3 wars, and by that time we be like, you know what, we done with life, we done. And Liverpool will come and meet us and us because that team is playing at a level now that is just
Yeah,
ridiculous.
since they get what do you say his name is Diaz?
Yeah,
Since they get Diaz and
because
Firmino on the bench and they push
yeah,
Mane into the number 9 position. That
yeah,
team
they
looking
just
better, boy. Liverpool
yeah,
looking
yeah,
better
yeah.
than they was looking
But
before.
I agree with Mark. White Oak, right? Punching, right? Go Guyana,
Some
bring
Vincent
back some
strong rum.
yeah. Forget White Oak, forget that. No White Oak. Punching, Grenada strong rum, go Guyana, get your Everclear, get your get your get some Barbadine, you understand? Bush rum, hard stuff.
You need some yeah.
Yeah.
I hear that. I hear that
Forget the scotch. Forget scotch.
for
No, no, no,
sure.
no, no. Hard stuff.
You know, when I think about it, this is the best time to deal with these teams because at least I feel looking at this team, once this team could just do what Ralph says, boy, oh gosh.
Yeah.
If this team could just do what Ralph says and goes out there, I see us at least still being in the top 4 fight and making it to the next round of the Champions League.
I have a question. If Ralph is with this team every day, doing drills every day, why is it that what he's saying is in German and these boys only know English? Because
Yeah,
I know
but
Ralph.
we have seen
No, I
that
have to ask.
we have seen that under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Why these guys
Before
just
the
don't
game,
listen?
Ole would come out and say, we need to start fast, we need to play quickly, we need to do this, we need to do that. And then we would watch the game and be like, is
What
either
happened?
Ole lying to us or he not telling the players what it is he's saying in the camera before the game? Because we would watch the game and be like, but nothing Ole says what we seeing going on the pitch. So these players have a tendency when they're ready to just do whatever
What do
the
you
hell
want?
they want.
Now, I have no problem, right? If you're doing whatever you want, but you're not listening, and what you're doing is wrong, right? It is wrong. You see, when you are Michael Jordan, right, and you can do whatever you want because you're Michael Jordan, right? But when you are Harry Maguire, you can't do what you want, right? You have to go back to primary school, go back to preschool, and learn blocks A, B, C, D,
I
E,
mean,
F, G.
we heard Ralph the other day come out and say that he had to tell the guys, showing them footage when we lost the game, when we drew the game recently, and say, you know what, guys, this is what we train to do. You control the first half.
Right.
Just do that. I mean, these are professional footballers. And the manager had to tell you, this is what we train. This is what we did. You did it for 45 minutes. Why you get flustered in the second half and you're going to do something else?
Yeah.
Just keep doing what we train to do. You know, so I am looking forward to see how we play against City. I am looking forward to see how we perform against Liverpool because that is really the litmus test. We have seen incremental improvements. Those teams are really going to let us know how far we really improved enough to have a shot at winning the Champions League, or are we still too far behind? We are definitely better than we were in December. But, you know, are we good enough to compete with the creme de la creme?
Because I believe Spurs have beaten City this year. I think
City only lose 2 games. I
Right.
can't remember who the next one is to.
But
Actually, no, Spurs beat City twice. Spurs do
right,
the double over City. The first, the
right. But
opening game of the
because
season.
City, I believe, lost 3 or 4 games this year already. I believe so. But even the teams that they have beaten, right? People have showed us how to deal with them, and they have lesser players than us. So, in my mind, we should be able to go there and do the same thing, right? Because we have beaten City before with far less quality in the team.
Yes, we have.
So, what is wrong now? What is wrong now? And I don't get it. And I think I think that first game against City, if we get embarrassed that game, I think it is all downhill from there. It is all downhill. 'Cause, these guys have no mental fortitude. None. These guys are mentally weak. But if we can play City and come away with our points, and I mean a well-earned points, I think that will give them I would hope that they will get the boost to go on from there. But we have seen this team win a game, and then the next game comes around, and we just play like absolute clowns. So I don't know what to what to say. But mark my words, City will draw, Spurs will win, Atletico Madrid, it'll be a draw game, penalties. Ronaldo to score the last penalty, and David De Gea will be the hero against Suarez. I'm telling you
Boy,
right
I
now,
could do, I
that
could
is
do it
it.
without a hard take, but we'll take that W. However,
Yeah.
we get it. So we
Hmm.
heading into the last segment of the show. That's Boo and Top Shot of the Week. And for
Right.
those who don't know what the Boo Boo Man and the Top Shot of the Week is, your Boo Boo Man is, the guy who is just having a horrible week. The person who, when you walk through the door, you're like, nah, we don't want to see you. As he walk in, everybody want to walk out. He is just want to cover his face with a brown paper bag, right?
Mhm.
And the top shutter is the guy who is just having a great week. He is just doing everything right. Everything he touches turns to gold. It could be a person, it could be a football club, it could be, different situations. What you choose, but preferably something football related, but it could be anything, right? So before we head into that segment, Robert, let me do this.
Support the United Hour. Click that like button and subscribe.
So talk to me. Who is your top shutter of the week?
Um. Well, there's only one. There's only one, and the boy now has a song. Have you heard his song?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Rhythm as a dancer, Anthony Elanga. That boy deserves his award. He deserves it. He deserves all the praise right now. Anthony Elanga is my top shutter of the week. The man scored of the weekend. He scored today. I mean, the boy just is doing great, great, great things. So again, I would say Anthony Langa is my top shutter for this week.
And who's your boo boo for the week?
Well, I have two. The first one by default is always Harry Maguire because he will always be my boo boo. Always. It doesn't matter what happens in the world. The fact that you couldn't mark João Felix, who is 5'2" tall, right? You just scored a header with your big head. You had Bruno came and said to you, "It's about time you scored a goal with your big head," and then you go with your big head self, and you can't even mark a boy who is 5'2". You are a boo boo. You are a big, horrible boo boo, right? Big horrible boo boo.
All
And
right,
my
cool.
second boo-boo is, that's right, and my second boo-boo is Harry Kane. He went from the heights, right, of being the man who beat City, Harry Kane, to now being the clown who could even score against Burnley. Poor Harry Kane. Yeah,
I think we gotta get Mark Lewis on the show sometime, but the man say a
yeah,
smooth. Oh, jump the man.
that's
I
right.
feel that he could be your friend.
That's right. Have you seen João
um,
Felix?
I
The
mean,
man. If you look at João Felix, right, and look at a picture of Peter Pan, same person,
I have to agree with you
same
as
person.
far as Anthony Elanga goes, and he
Mhm,
deserves
mhm.
us playing this.
Elanga.
So for anybody who does not know what Anthony
Mm.
Elanga chant sounds like, that
Mhm.
is what it is. Learn it and get
Get
used to it.
familiar. Get
Get
familiar.
familiar.
Mm.
Anthony Elanga is my top shotter of the week. I think is unanimous. It don't make sense trying to go with anybody else. 2
Mhm,
goals in 2 games, 2 important goals in 2
mhm,
important games for Manchester United.
mhm.
Definitely, he is the man this week, top shotter. And my boo-boo man is not football related. My boo-boo man is Vladimir Putin. I mean, anybody who does just want to upset the apple cart in a bad way, right? I mean, I'm sure people in Russia was looking forward to that Champions League final
Mhm.
playing in St. Petersburg, and no football. And more
Yep.
likely than not, Russia would not be playing any international football for a little while.
Nope. Yep.
So anybody who they just kill the vibe, we all have that
Mhm.
friend. Everybody enjoying themselves and they just want to walk in the middle and then vomit. They don't just vomit on the side, They vomit
No.
on the cooler with all the drinks. Just
Yep.
kill the whole vibe. It don't matter
Oh.
who on stage, it don't matter what going on. Them just come and kill the whole vibe. Men just ready to
Yep.
go home.
Yep.
You understand? Because
Yep.
you vomit on the cooler and
Yep.
you're in the cooler and all the
Yep.
drinks, all the ice, everything
Yep.
smelling stink.
Yep.
And it just
Mhm.
that is Vladimir Putin right now.
Mhm.
He just is a kill vibes kind of person right now. So he's my boo-boo of the week. You understand? Don't kill the vibes, Mr. Putin. Stop
Mhm.
it. Don't
Yeah.
kill the vibes. You
Mhm.
understand? All right,
Mhm.
good afternoon to Martin Philip. Martin Philip, you're late. We ready to shut down the program. You know, reach.
Mhm.
You're walking when it's time to go. All right,
That's right.
so people, thank you very much. Remember to like that video. You're all watching the
Mhm.
video, if you're enjoying it, like it. Let us know that you like what we're doing. And stay tuned. So Manchester United's next game is on Saturday against Watford. So
Mhm.
Saturday we are going to have our breakdown where we analyze everything concerning that game. Look out for it. And I don't think we're gonna do a preview, but I do have a surprise. I'm hoping to have a surprise because for those of you in Trinidad and around the world, Trinidad and Tobago, this Friday is Carnival Friday. So
Really?
I'm hoping to have a surprise for you guys, on Friday.
What
So
carnival? Where? Where? In the pen? Dog. No
so
carnival, dog.
remember, Red Devils, we don't die, we
No.
multiply. Have a good
Mhm.
night, everybody.
Hey, if you appreciate what we're doing here at the United Hour, please like, please subscribe, and let's grow this community.